This Chinese sensation got a 62-second knockout victory on her UFC debut. That is something to dream of. The UFC now potentially has one of the biggest signings in female MMA history, and it's gone completely under the radar. This is Wang Cong, one of the most decorated female kickboxers in the world. She's in her prime years, and before you ask what's the big deal about her, let me tell you, she has defeated Valentina Shevchenko in kickboxing. Not only did she beat her, but the bullet left the sport after that loss.
Now, Wang Cong has aura. This is a woman's prospect we can get behind.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting some deja vu feelings here. Like Poatan Pereira, she's an unknown commodity in the UFC, a great kickboxer with huge potential in MMA. Can we see her slay the bullet just like Alex did with Adesanya? So who is this kickboxing phenom that got the W in a mere 60 seconds and forced Dana to give her that elusive 50 G's bonus? She's making Dana White pay here already, maybe a lot more in the future. If we get that rematch with Valentina, oh my god, what a spectacle that would be. Two striking veterans doing nothing but pure carnage in the octagon. Let us showcase the latest Chinese striker doing big business in the UFC. Before kicking it off, welcome back to the channel for another deep dive into the world of MMA. So consider hitting the subscribe button and don't forget to smash the bell icon if you're into MMA. So who exactly is Wang Cong? Let's break it down. Born and raised in China, Cong began her professional MMA career in 2022. She competed in various Chinese regional promotions including Kunlun and later in the UAE Warriors. Finally, she debuted in the octagon, and goodness, what a debut it was. A brutal right hand would put her opponent down, and that's all she wrote. Knockout win on her debut. What's even more impressive is that it all came inside just 62 seconds.
If you're not familiar with Cong Wang, just had a victory on the road to UFC, but she's most notable for her victory over Valentina Shevchenko over in the kickboxing world. Okay, so a very smooth striker.
Wang Cong is a name that's been popping up more and more in the world of combat sports. Her journey in martial arts began in the kickboxing ring, and let me tell you, she didn't just dip her toe in, she made a splash. Early on, she gained attention for her lightning fast strikes and a knockout power that could put anyone to sleep. The 32-year-old Cong is not just an unbeaten mixed martial artist, but she's also a skilled kickboxer. Cong has a 66-inch reach, stands 5'7" inches tall, and fights in the flyweight division, which is significant for the weight class. Cong's feather in the cap was a notable win over former flyweight queen Valentina Shevchenko. This victory came under the Chinese martial arts promotion Kunlun Fight in 2015 when both fighters were fighting for the women's lightweight championship. Their clash was intense and showcased Wang Cong's potential as a serious threat in the ring.
People have been talking about your kickboxing fight with Valentina. I'm just curious if you could talk about what it was like to fight her.
I believe my striking is better than her.
Both went on different trajectories after this fight. Defeating Shevchenko paved the way for Cong's successful martial arts career, especially in striking. Now she's ready to carry on making that big splash on the ultimate stage of cage fighting. Valentina left the world of striking once and for all and moved over to the bright lights of the UFC. Bullet is one of the most decorated fighters in the world. She's had a crazy successful career, but Wang is one of only two inside the striking world to have handed her a loss in kickboxing. That's no small feat. Keep this in mind, she's been undefeated in the kickboxing world. So what's the deal with Wang Cong's switch to MMA? Well, for starters, it's not uncommon for fighters to cross over. For Wang Cong, it's been all about replicating whatever she did in the kickboxing world, and boy oh boy, what a seamless transition it's been until now. She brought her kickboxing skills with her, and it's been adding layers to her game, like grappling and groundwork. The result, a fierce competitor who's making waves in the UFC women's flyweight division. Her fighting style is mainly shaped by a mix of sanda and boxing. While Cong excels as a striker, she also offers a versatile skill set in the octagon, having secured 2 submissions in her MMA career thus far. She has a knack for an aggressive mindset inside the cage, and we saw a glimpse of that in her UFC main card debut. Now, let's talk about why Wang Cong is such an intriguing case in women's MMA.
She had a Joker face paint scheme going on in the build-up as well. She had a whole promo done. She learned a phrase in English that she could say that would sound cool. She's great. Amazing. Want to see more. Keep her active. before the end of the year, get her back in there again, build her slow, give her another can, see if she flatlines them as well, and then we can start being off to the races. I want to see a real women's prospect with aura and hype.
It's not just her impressive debut or her past victories, it's her unique combination of skills and her adaptability. Many fighters find it tough to transition from kickboxing to MMA because of the different demands, but Wang Cong has managed to blend her striking prowess with evolving grappling techniques. It's like watching a fighter adapt in real time, and it's seriously impressive. In interviews, Wang Cong talks about her training regimen, which is intense and strategic. She's not just focusing on her stand-up game, but also investing time in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling to become a well-rounded fighter. This dedication is what sets her apart and shows she's not just in it for the ride, she's in it to dominate. Looking ahead, the future is bright for the Chinese star. The UFC's flyweight division is stacked with talent, but that's just the kind of challenge she thrives on. Matchups against top contenders will test her further and help her climb the ranks. We could see her fighting for a title in the near future if she keeps up her current trajectory, or maybe a money matchup with Valentina.
In kickboxing, you have a victory over Valentina Shevchenko, one of the greatest female fighters we've ever seen. How far are you going to go in the UFC?
I think I can beat her in UFC.
So can Wang Cong be a real force in the UFC? Absolutely. She's got the skills, the background, and the drive to make it happen. Her striking is on point, her adaptability is impressive, and her past victories, especially over fighters like Shevchenko, are a testament to her talent. If she keeps honing her skills and maintaining that killer instinct, she could definitely be a top contender. But one thing's for sure, her legacy in the martial arts will always be linked to Shevchenko, and vice versa if Cong can keep up this good record. In conclusion, Wang Cong is a fighter to watch. She's a dynamic athlete with a fascinating background, impressive skills, and a promising future in the UFC. Her journey from kickboxing champ to potential MMA star is just getting started, and it's going to be exciting to see where she goes next. China has produced some serious MMA talent, especially in women's divisions. Zhang Weili has already brought strawweight gold to the nation. Can Cong become China's latest prospect turned star? Will this happen for sure? Maybe, maybe not, but the potential is huge. That's it for today, MMA fans. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Wang Cong's career, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on your favorite fighters. And if you haven't until now, drop a comment about who you think Wang Cong should fight next. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.